ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणश्रीरघुनाथं वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदं सहगणललितां श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपीश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषाभानुसुत देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंशा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद्भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So today is very auspicious, adorable August appearance day of Lord Ramachandra. So we will be talking about Lord Ramachandra, the pastime of the Lord, the name of the Lord, the form of the Lord are non-different from the Lord because he is absolute. So we take the advantages of this very auspicious day and we hear and talk about him and chant his name. In this way we associate with them, and this is very purifications. So this Krishna consciousness process is all about purifying our consciousness. So this is a very good opportunity to talk about and hear about the glories of the Lord Ram on this very auspicious day of his appearance. So Lord Ramachandra, 2 million years ago, he appeared on Ayodhya. There is a place called Ayodhya. So in this place he appeared. So particularly Lord appearance is very transcendental. His appearance of the Lord is not just to kill the Ravana, but it has some different purpose. Although Lord has said that paritranaya sadhuna vinasaya cha duskritam dharma sanstapana arthaya sambhavani juge juge. Although Lord has got a mission to annihilate or destroy the demons and protect the devotee, but his main aim, main purpose, main mission to reclaim the conditioned souls. That is his whole idea, to arouse Krishna consciousness. Because when Lord appears, he does not need to descend on the earth to annihilate one demon. He can do it while staying in his abode by his Maya agency. As far as protecting his devotee, his name is very auspicious, very protecting, very powerful. Sri Rāma-Rama Rāmeti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatatulya Rama Nama Varanani. So his name is so powerful. One name of Ram is equal to 1,000 name of Vishnu. So he does not, Ramchandra, Bhagavan, does not need to come down to the earth. But he comes because to arouse Krishna consciousness. We have forgotten the Lord Ram. At our conditional state, we have forgotten the Lord Ram. But out of his magnanimity, he has descended to reclaim conditioned soul, to invite us back to Godhead. That is only cardinal purpose of his coming. All other things are just an instrument, just a superficial, just a outward. But his main aims, main mission, the fundamental or cardinal mission to arouse Krishna consciousness. Just like an affectionate father is coming down to a disobedient child. We are all disobedient. We have turned away from the Ram. The very word Ram means Ramante Jogina Anante Satyananda Chidatmani. Ram means reservoir of pleasure. But we have turned away from the pleasure. We want to enjoy separately from the Ram. Therefore, we are suffering in this material conditional life. So Ram has come, descended, took the incarnation. The Supreme Lord is taking incarnation as Ram to reclaim us, to invite us back to Godhead, back to Him. That is the main purpose of Ramayana and central teaching of Ramayana. So Lord has come to reclaim us, to invite us, to revive our lost relationship. That is the theme of Ramayana. So Lord Ramchandra, just like Ravana, he was very adamant not to surrender to Lord. He was defying. Ravana represents a false ego. In this material world, we all represent the false ego. Our very existence is due to this false ego. Because we defy the supremacy of the Lord Ram. We want to become master. We want to become the doer. As a result, we have come down to this imprisonment, fall down into this material existence. And Lord Ram is so magnanimous, just like he is sending Hanuman and Angad with a message to Ravan that if you surrender, I will protect you, I will forgive you, forgive our past misdeeds and bring us back to Godhead. But Ravana was adamant to reconcile with Ram. He did not heed to the message of Lord Ram through Angad and Hanuman. So similarly, we are so adamant. We have no interest to reconcile with Ram. Sometimes he sends his representatives. Sometimes he sends his, sends some books, knowledge. Sometimes he comes personally as Ram. So many incarnations Lord has. So he comes as a Ram. Ramadi Murtisu Kalani Yamanatistam. Ramadi Murtisu. Ram Narsingha Bara. He comes as incarnation. He descends to teach us, to give a chance after chance, so that we can again come back to Him. So how Lord is so merciful. Even during the last battle between Ram and Ravan, Ram was delaying to kill Ravan because he still is waiting, just like a father is waiting, the affectionate father is waiting for his son to turn back to him. So Lord Ram is waiting for Ravan when he will surrender unto me, when he will realize and return back Sita. But we are just like a tiny Ravana. We all are like a tiny Ravana. Out of our false ego, we have turned away from the Ram, and we are now suffering in this material existence. So Lord Ram has descended to again invite us back to Godhead. And his own one condition he has got, that is surrendering to Him. Only once, Lord say that if somebody once surrender and he says that, "Oh my Lord Ram, henceforward I am yours. I will give all protection from the material existence. I will forgive all his past misdeeds." He declared to even Ravana, if he surrenders to Ram, he will forgive him. So there's a beautiful verses. It has been stated in beautiful verses in Yuddha-kanda. There's a beautiful verses. It is stated in Yuddha-kanda that sakṛd prapannasya, once only if somebody surrender to the Lord. Sakṛd prapannasya tavāsmīti yāchate abhayaṁ sarvadā tasmai dadāmy etad vrataṁ mama. This is a beautiful verses. Lord Ramchandra bhav, it is my bhav. If one only once seriously surrender unto me, saying, "My dear Lord, from this day I am yours," and prays to me for fearlessness, I shall immediately award fearlessness to that person. He will always remain safe from that time on. So Lord has only one condition for every one of us. If we surrender to the Lord, and He immediately is ready to take us back to Godhead. But we are so much adamant. Just Ravana has 10 head, we have got the 10 head. The 10 head represents this arrogance, conceit, harsh, the demoniac mentality. As Krishna says in chapter 16, text 4 in Bhagavad Gita, this 10 head represents all this demoniac mentality. And we are not ready to give up that one. Therefore, you do not surrender to the Lord. But out of His compassion, dambha darpa vimanasya krodha parushyamev cha ajnanam cha abhijatasya partha sampada masurim. So here Lord Krishna says that arrogance, pride, anger, conceit, harshness, ignorance, this quality belongs to the demoniac nature of son Partha. This represents all this head of Ravana. Ravana was very puffed up. He did not surrender. He thought that this human, Lord Ram is just a human. Ram is just a human. But he does not know the supremacy of the Lord. Even though Lord descends as a human form like a Lord Ramachandra, as an ideal human being, ideal king, ideal all the things. But he is not just a human. He is supreme personality of Godhead. He himself said that abhajanati mama muddha tanusim manuasritam ajananta param brahma mama bhuttam haiswara. Abhajanati mama muddha manusim tanuasritam. Whenever I take this human form of life, the mudhas, the fools, like Ravana, they do not understand, they do not realize that he is Supreme Lord. He do not realize his power as a Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, they mistook the Raman. They mistook Ram as an ordinary human being. No, he is not ordinary human being. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead. We are today celebrating Ram as not an ideal king, not an ideal personality, ideal husband, ideal brother. There are so many personalities, so many ideal kings in the history, like Prithu Maharaj. There are Yudhishthira Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj. They are all celebrated personality, celebrated king. No, we celebrate because Lord Ram is Supreme Personality of the Godhead. He is Supreme Lord himself. And Lord has incarnates paritranaya sadhuna vinasaya cha duskrita dharma sansthapanatha to establish dharma, the principle of religion. We have forgotten our dharma, our occupational duty, the sanatana dharma, eternal occupational duty. Our eternal occupational duty to serve the Lord, just like a finger is meant to serve the body. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said that Jivara Swarupa Nitya Krishnera Dasa. Our constitutional position, our eternal occupational duty, Sanatana Dharma, is to serve the Lord. But under the illusion, in our conditioning state, we are serving our boss, our wife, children, our nation, our humanity, so and so forth. We have misdirected our service. Instead of serving to God, we are serving to dog. As a result, we have been entrapped pathetically in this obnoxious cycle of birth and death. In this very obnoxious place, this material existence, where the cycle of birth and death is inevitable, indispensable. So Lord Ram, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, out of compassion, out of his magnanimity, as an affectionate father, he has come to invite his disobedient sons, a rebellious son who has divorced from him, who is estranged for him, to back to Godhead, back to him. That is whole theme of Ramayana. Whole idea is to arouse Krishna consciousness. Nothing else. He is enacting all these pastimes are supplementary. All these pastimes are just an instrument. Just like Manthara. It's not like Manthara because of Manthara. Because of Manthara, he was being, his Kaikeyi, his mother, his stepmother, Kaikeyi, the queen of Dasarath, was instigated, persuaded, and sent Ram 14 years of banishment or exile. No, it was the plan of Lord Ram. He wanted to exile so that he can teach us that how to uphold the dharma. He wanted to teach us that to protect his devotees and annihilate this or destroy his demons, he is undergoing trials and tribulations. Lord cannot be in trials and tribulations. And nobody can kidnap the Lord concert. Lord is so powerful. But he is enacting all the pastime so that we will be attracted to him. This is stated in this beautiful verses by Brahma. Thus, what is the real reason of Lord to descend? It is stated, Brahma is very nicely, Anugrahaya bhaktanam manusam dehastitaha bhajate tadriskrida yasutta tataparo bhavet. When Lord assumes a human-like body to show the mercy to his devotee, that is whole idea. He engages in such pastime will attract those who hear about them to become dedicated to him. This enact of pastime of the Lord to give us a lesson, enlightenment, wisdom, so that we can attract to him, dedicated to him. At present we are so much attracted to material existence, material glamour, which is very transient nature and incomplete. But Lord Ram is showing in human act. He is showing as a renounced person, ideal king, that how a king should rule. He is enacting as a pastime of this wonderful pastime of an ideal son to obey his parents, ideal husband to protect his wife. These all the things are so that we can attract to him. Because he has come to arouse Krishna consciousness, to conversing us, to convince us. Just like Krishna is telling, sarvadharman parityāja māmekam saranam praja, ham tvam sarva papebhyo mukhyasami. So Ram also has come to invite us, convince us, converse us to back to him. That is the magnanimity of the Lord Ram, glories of the Lamb. He is ever ready to reclaim us. So, it's beautiful verses we can go that here it is stated that Bija Mantra of Ram. The Lord who is pure from Sachidananda Vigraha is uncontaminated by modes of material nature, can be perceived by pure consciousness. It's not like that Lord is so much aggrieved because of his wife was kidnapped. No, he can create millions of Sita. He can kill Ravana at once, but he is enacting pastime so that we will be attracted to him by hearing those pastimes. And he is giving service to all his devotees. All these monkeys, they are all demigods. Actually, the one of the region of Ram is descending onto the earth to when the Ravana, the demoniac king Ravana was making havoc in the three world. The demigod approaches the Lord Ram to take incarnation for the purpose of annihilating this Ravana. So Lord also has a condition that you all the demigods should come also, should give up all your so-called aristocracy and took birth as a Vanaras, monkeys, to assist in his pastimes. So Lord has come and all the demigods have come to assist. So Lord is giving opportunity to everyone to engage his service. Just like today we are celebrating Ram-Naavami. That is all the why it is celebrated. Because to attain the bhakti, to attract to him, somehow we associate with him by celebrating, by remembering him, by hearing him, by worshipping him. So many processes we can associate with the Lord Ram. In this way we can purify. Unless we purify our existence, material existence, contaminated existence, we cannot go back to him. So he knows that. He knows that nobody can come to him. He is pavitram, supremely pure. So he is thinking us, he is very concerned about the conditioned soul. So therefore, he has come enacted the pastime and we are celebrating that Ram-Naavami, the appearance, the adorable, the august appearance day of Lord Ramachandra. So that we can purify. This Ramayana story is so interesting story. It has got everything, action, romance. It has got just like a typical melodrama movies. There's a heroine, there's a villain. And the romantic affair between hero, heroine. And villains comes and abducted the heroine. And in the climax, hero killed the villains and rescued the hero. But when we are acting in movie and real life, we all are like a villain, Ravana. We are not Ram, we are masked as Ram. We are masked as Hanuman. But we are not Ram, we are Ravan mentality. The very testimonial of our material existence is proofs of that we have got this Ravana mentality. Ravana mentality means we do not want God, we want to separately enjoy. Therefore Ram has come to kill not the Ravanas, but Ravana's mentality within us. The mentality of defying the Lord, mentality of turning away from the Lord, mentality of arrogant. Ravana was very much arrogant. He did not even heed the advice of his wife Mandodari and Vibhishan. Just like we do not, heed the advice of spiritual master, the saintly person, sadhu, shastra, guru. Similarly, Ravana was very, very arrogant and he was not heeding any advice from Mandodari, Vibhishan, Maricha. Maricha also gave very good advice, but he did not. Vibhishan also gave advice that he is Supreme Lord Personality of Godhead. He is not a normal human. Better to return Sita, make a peace with Ram. But Ravana was very adamant, very arrogant, very presumptuous. We are also same thing. We do not care for the Shastra. We do not care for the word of sadhu, word of instruction of Guru. As a result, just like Ravana was destroyed, we will be destroyed. So, Ram has descended for that purpose. The glories of Ram, he is descending not to construct a bridge which is floating and defying the law of gravity. No. He has not just to come to kill the Ravanas. No. He has come to arouse Krishna consciousness among the living entities. That is his main idea, that is his main purpose. We should understand the theme. Otherwise, Ram has all these melodramas, his pastimes. His pastimes. So we should adopt the mentality of Hanuman. Lord has come to instill the mentality of Hanuman, the devotional attitude of Hanuman. How to serve the Lord, how to surrender to the Lord. That was his mentality, Hanuman mentality. Always ready for this, ready to serve the Lord, without even questioning, without any personal consideration and concern. He was jumping the 800 miles over Indian Ocean. Hanuman does not think that whether I can jump or not. No. Just I have to take the name of Sri Ram, and he jumped. Just by taking the Sri Ram, he has got all the power and confidence to overcome the 800 miles jumping over the Indian Ocean. How powerful the name of the Ram itself. Ram Sri Rāma-Rama Rāmeti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulya Rama Nama Baranane. When we hear about the Ram Katha, Ramayana, or speak about Ram, we are taking the Ram name. It's like so powerful. Lord has deposited all his spiritual power, spiritual potency in his name, Ram. Initially, the Ramayana was having 100 crores of verses. It was composed by Brahma. Charita Raghunathasya Sata Koti Pravistaram means describe. And ekam nama Mahapataka Nasanam. One name of Ravan also can destroy great sin. So Lord Shiva distributed all these 100 crores. Upper planetary system, middle planetary system, and lower planetary system. In this way, he has got only two syllables, Ram. So therefore, he is telling to his wife, Parvati, Durga, that Sri Rāma-Rama Rāmeti Rame Rame Manorame, I am enjoying these two syllables, Ram. Sahasranama Tatulya Rama Nama. 1,000 of Vishnu Nam is equal to one Ram Nam. And Valmiki, who is the compiler of the Ramayana, he composed with 24,000 verses. In previous, when he was about to compose, or he was begin to thinking of composing or compiling Ramayana. So he was thinking that Narad Muni came to me and he described the Ramayana in brief. But what was my piety that I have got this opportunity to compile? Then he remembered his past life. He was a hunter. He is a cruel hunter, Ratnakar. Somehow he met with a very good association of Narada Muni and all seven sages. They advise to give up all these sinful activities, which is not going to be shared by your family. You have to suffer for your things, although you are doing for your family. So at once he gave up, and they were advised to chant the name of Ram. He could not do that because he always used to kill. Kill means mara. So he was chanting mara, 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 means this year become Ram, Ram, Ram. For years and years, he was chanting, meditating and chanting the name. And whole of the body become ant. And he came out from the ant, therefore is called Valmiki. Valmiki means ant. Everything is ant, is totally covered by the ant. Ant bush. They say ant bush is Valmiki. So he comes out after the rainfall by Varuna. He comes out from this ant hill. Therefore his name is Valmiki. So by chanting the name of the Ram, he is able to compose this. He is purified. And he has compiled the magnum opus, the epic Ramayana. So the story of the Ram is just like a, same thing of the climax of a movie. So Ramchandra has descended and has a melodrama. He was about to be coronation, but actually this one of the reason of his coming, the Lakshmi Devi was requesting him that I am serving you, but I am not happy in Vaikuntha. Then he asked why you are not happy, because the Sesnag is always there, is looking at us. I want a private service. Then okay, we can go and have an incarnation in Tetya Yuga, then come as an incarnation. And when they came in incarnation, say Ram and Sita, and Ram broke the great Shiva Dhanu, that is called Shiva's bow, very, very strength, efficacious bow. And he married to Sita. But Sita found out that in this royal family, everybody is very much, crowded, everything is crowded, there is no privacy. So this is their pastime. So they wanted to go to the forest, so privately Sita or Lakshmi Devi, the personified of goddess of fortune, can serve him. All this banishment, everything is just teaching us the lesson. Is actually his pastime. Ananda chinmaya rasa pratitavis. His own pastimes. Own pastime. Although otherwise nobody can banish the Ram. So he is seemingly undergoing the trials and tribulations, but he is enjoying his pastimes. So there is so many lessons of the Ramayana that we imbibe, not just a story level, but also as a lesson and enlightenment. How the Ram is coming. Ram is enacting all the pastime. So we can see one of the beautiful verses in this 19th chapter, that very beautiful verses. It was ordained that Ravana, chief of Rakshasa, could not be killed by anyone but a man. For this reason, Lord Ramchandra, Supreme Personality of God, appeared in the form of human being. Lord Ramchandra's mission, however, was not only to kill Ravana, but also to teach the mortal being that material happiness covered by around sex life or centered around one's wife is cause of many misery. He is the self-sufficient Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nothing is lamentable for him. Therefore, why else could he be subject to tribulation by kidnapping of Mother Sita? So it is not that he was lamenting, wailing, where is my Sita, where is my... No, he is teaching us that this family life is so suffering. Aham mameti, this is illusion. illusion. As soon as we have a family, Gurukshetra Sutartha Bite, there's a beautiful verses spoken by the Rishabhadev. Gurukshetra Sutartha Bite, Janasya Moham Aham Mameti. This is a beautiful verse. The attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. On the basis of misconception which ties together the hearts of the male and female, one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. In this way, one increases life's illusion, thinks in terms of I and mine. This is the cause of our bondage, this family attraction. So here, by this lamentation, how he was suffering because of attachment to his wife Sita. Only one reason, that entire dynasty of Ravana was killed because of Sita. So he was teaching us that if we are attached to the wife and around your family, how much trials and tribulation we have to suffer. Lord has to suffer so much trial and tribulation, arranging the armies, fighting with Ravanas and so on and so forth, and to rescue his wife. And not only that, in 14 years of exile, Mother Sita was accompanied with Ram, also Lakshman. So it was, Ram has to protect his wife. So he was also giving an ideal example of how an ideal husband should protect his wife. So many examples Lord is giving us by one shot. So many examples Lord is giving us. So it is said that Lord has nothing to do with that. When Lord appears in this universe form of human being, he has two purposes. Paritranaya sadhana vinasaya chaduskita. To destroy demons, protect the devotee. To protect the devotee, Lord not only satisfies them by his personal presence, not only satisfies them by his personal presence, but also teaches them that they will not fall down from the devotional self. That is the whole idea of teaching. Ramayana should not be received simply by story level. This is entertainment. If you receive Ramayana as a lesson or wisdom, it is enrichment, it is enlightenment. So here Lord is teaching that you should not fall down by devotional service. By his personal example, he is teaching us it is better not to be enter married life, which is certainly followed by many tribulation and confirmed by 7:9:45. See, so Lord is teaching us all the things, that how every activity, every pastime of the Lord in Ramayana is a very much a lesson to every human being. Since Lord Ramachandra is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vasudeva, he is not attached to anything in material world. His most beloved super soul of all self-realized soul. He is their very intimate friend. He is full of opulence, therefore he could not possibly have suffered because of separation from his wife. Nor could he give enough his wife and Lakshmana, his younger brother. To give up either would have been absolutely impossible. See, Lord is absolute truth. He is not attached to anything. He is not just like, he is not just suffered because of separation from the wife. He is not attached. He is renounced. Aishyaryasya samagrasya veerasya jasasya sriya jnana vairagya. He is full of vairagya. He is supremely renounced. But he is acting to teach us a lesson that attachment to anything is a very destruction of our aim. It is defeating our aim of life, the goal of life to go back to Ram. We have no idea. Just like Ravana has no idea. He is thinking of abducting Sita, he will be happy. He is playing Sita also personification, his concert is called Antaranga Sakti, Mahamaya, Jogomaya. And his expansion is Mahamaya. So we are also thinking that we enjoy this material nature. That lost mentality of Ravana, we have this lost mentality. We have come here to lord over the material nature, to enjoy unlimitedly, separate from the Lord. This is just like Ravana mentality. But we cannot be happy. Just like Ravana was not happy and was destroyed. We also same thing, we cannot be happy. Because Ram, the very word Ram means reservoir of pleasure. If we associate with Ram, we become also get pleasing, get happiness. But if we turn away from the Ram, there is no happiness. Dukkhalayam asasthutam. We will be entrapped in this miserable temporary material existence. So there is no happiness without Ram. Ravana was thinking that abducting Sita he will be pleased, but rather he gives us more unhappiness. His whole dynasty and himself was destroyed. Therefore the very name Ram means Ramante Jogina Anante Satyananda Chidatmani Iti Rama Padanesu Param Brahma Avidyate. So the very meaning of Ram means the supreme absolute truth is called Ram because the transcendentalists take pleasure in the unlimited true pleasure of spiritual existence. Ram is spiritual enjoyment, not this material enjoyment. Material enjoyment is Maya. Aram. Aram means material enjoyment. Ram means spiritual enjoyment. When we are Aram or after material enjoyment, we cannot get Ram. Krishna also says, Bhagoishwara prasaktanam tai aprahata chetasam. If we want Maya, if we want Aram or material enjoyment, we cannot get spiritual enjoyment, Ram. That is not possible. Just like Ajodhya, citizen of Ajodhya, when Ram was banished, they were following Ram because they were so much loving Lord Ramachandra. And they were sleeping in the night. Ramachandra left them because it was a vow that he should go to keep the vow of his father, to order of his father. He has taken a vow to go to forest. So he left all the citizens of Ajodhya. Citizen of Ajodhya was in Aram, material enjoyment. They slept, just like we are sleeping. Pisachiro kole, Jeev jago, Gora Chanda bole. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming to wake up us. We are sleeping in the lap of which called Maya. So Ajodhya, the citizen of Ajodhya also sleeping, and that time Ram left. Therefore, if we are sleeping for our material comfort in the lap of which called Maya, then we cannot get Ram. Ram will go away. In order to invite Ram, then we have to awake, alert in Krishna consciousness, in Ram consciousness. Arouse. So to become alert, to make us alert, Ram has come here. Lord Ram has descended to arouse us, to alert us, to awake our Ram consciousness, Krishna consciousness, which we have been lost, which is dormant now, sleeping now. There are so many lessons from the Ramayana, that how selfless service will dearer to the Lord. Without selfless service, we cannot be dear to Lord. There is a beautiful verses by Hanuman in this, very beautiful verses. Na janmanunam hato na sobhagyam na van na buddhi na kriti sayesetu tairyad visritan apino banuka chakra sakhe batalakham mangrajaha lakmanang agrajaha. One cannot establish the friendship with Supreme Lord Ramachandra on basis of material qualities such as one's birth in aristocratic family, one's personal beauty, one's eloquence, one's sharp intelligence, one's superior race in a nation. None of this qualification is actually prerequisite for friendship with Lord Ramachandra. Otherwise, how is it possible that although we uncivilized inhabitant of the forest have not taken noble birth, although we have no physical beauty, although we cannot speak like gentlemen, Lord Ramachandra have nevertheless accepted us friend. So how Lord is so magnanimous. So here beautiful saying that. This is a beautiful verse. Na janma. So Hanuman telling birth. Oh my Lord, your birth is a Raghuvansa. You are Raghupati Raghava Raja Rampati Tapavana Sita Ram. You are the Raghava, is the Raghupati. Raghunathaya Pataya. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pata. You are the Raghunatha. Your birth is so aristocratic, so royal. But our birth is like human birth. As a Hanuman, the monkey birth, animal. Monkey birth in a social, in society is not so prestigious birth. It is low birth. You have got janma, your janma is very good. Our janma is not very good. You are Supreme Personality of Godhead, but we are so tiny. Saubhagyam, you have great fortune. You born in the son of Dasarath, you born in a royal family. But we are born in an animal society. Na bhak, you are an elegant manner of speaking. Lord speaks very beautifully. Uttama sloko. But we do not know how to speak very politely, very gentlemanly, very polishly. You have got very intelligence. We are we are animal, no intelligence. You look so beautiful. Sachidananda Vigraha. We have read that 519.4. Your Lord's form is so beautiful, extremely beautiful, Lord Ram. But our features is so very bad. Monkeys are looking very, very, not so good, deformed one. But my Lord, you have all this exalted quality. We do not have all ignoble qualities, abominable, ignoble qualities. Still, you have not rejected us, but you have embraced us as a friend. That means to make a friendship with you, my Lord, there is no necessity of all this aristocratic bath, good speaker, great fortune, intelligent. No, these are all the material qualities that will not qualify anyone to make a friendship with you. What is then qualification? The qualification is bhakti. Nothing else but bhakti only attracts the Lord. Without bhakti, without surrendering, one cannot make friendship with the Lord. So here it is very nicely speaking that, nicely Hanuman is telling, to make a friendship with Ram, this material quality is not here. This is also same thing Prahlad Maharaj is speaking in Bhagavatam, that my Lord, that you are satisfied by bhakti only. Bhaktya tu utasya bhagavananga jajuttapaya. So here it is saying that Prahlad Maharaj saying, one may possess wealth, aristocratic family, beauty, austerity, education, sensory expertise, lustre, influence, physical strength, diligence, intelligence, mystic yogic power. I think even by all this qualification one cannot satisfy Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, one can satisfy Lord simply by devotional service. Gajendra did this, the Lord was satisfied. Gajendra was also elephant, animal kingdom, species of animal kingdom. He could also satisfy the Lord by his devotion. Similarly, Hanuman is telling, we are all banaras, we are monkey, but nonetheless, you did not see our ignoble qualities, you saw our devotional qualities, and you befriended. On the other hand, Ravana has all these aristocratic things, a good speaker, Brahmagyani, very intelligent, but he has no devotion for the Ram. He was rejected by the Ram. He was not rejected. He could not get the mercy of the Ram. He could not be befriended with Ram. That is the difference between Ravana mentality and Hanuman mentality. So Lord Ram has come to arouse that Hanuman mentality of devotional attitude and kill our Ravana mentality. And for that he enacted the pastime. What pastime? In one verses we will cover all the pastime. There is a beautiful verses. The 2 chapter has been dedicated in Srimad Bhagavatam for this purpose, to describe the Canto 9:10, Canto 9:11. This one verses, it is, in one verses whole Ramayana has been described. 9:10:4. To keep the promise of his father intact, Lord Ramachandra immediately gave up the position of king. Actually, he was supposed to coronation in the next morning, but his father Dasarath given a promise to his one of the queen called Kaikeyi, 2 boon, and the 2 boon Kaikeyi asked that my son Bharata will be king and Ram will banish to 14 years of exile. So because Dasarath is a Kshatriya, he cannot retract or cannot go back from the promise. So he kind of ordered his son Ramchandra to execute this promise, materialize this implement this promise I have given. So Lord Ramachandra, without any question, he kept the promise of his father intact, and he went. He could have fought. He could have, he could have, challenged the father's order, but he did not do that. His Lord is supremely good. All good attributes. His ideal king, ideal son. He is exhibiting all the things. How the Kaikai, you see, in Ajodhya, everybody is very pious. Everybody is devotee, but one person is non-devotee. That is Manthara. So when Kaikai actually loves Ram more than even Kausalya, but because of association with bad association, she fell down. Therefore, the Ramayana is teaching us that association is very important. In Lanka, everybody was demon. One person is Ravana. So Hanuman went. He did not associate with anybody but Vibhishan. Because a Vaishnava only associate with devotees, not the non-devotees. So as soon as if you associate with non-devotee, you will fall down, just like Kaikai. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu admonishes us that Asata Sangha Tyaga e Vaishnava Acharya, the fundamental principle of a devotee Vaishnava, Asata Sangha, to give up the non-devotee association. That is the teaching, that is preliminary, the fundamental principle of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, we learned from this that how the association is very important. So Lord Ramchandra immediately gave up the position of king. He is a renounce also. Lord is showing us how we should be detached. You should not be attached to royalty, family, all the things. You should detach, because everybody has come alone and has to go alone. All this paraphernalia, family, everything is transient. That is also spoken. We have no time. Otherwise, if Ramayana should be spoken, it should be spoken for days of days. You cannot finish Ramayana in just few days, few hours, 1 hour. So here it is said that all the paraphernalia is very near and dear as long as the body exists. But as soon as the body is destroyed, all things related to the body are also finished. Therefore, actually one has nothing to do with them. But because of ignorance, one accepts them as valuable compared to the ocean of eternal happiness. They are most insignificant. What is the use of such insignificant relationship for the eternal living? We are eternal. We are attached to this material. We have come to material world. We should not be attached to all the material things, because these are transient, very temporary. Therefore, Ramachandra is teaching us by giving up his position of a king. He left. He gave up his position of a king. He was not attached. He knows that it is all transient position. Everything is transient in this material world. So one should not attach. Whole idea is detachment. So Lord is teaching us. Accompanied by his wife Mother Sita, wandered from one forest to another on his lotus feet, which were so delicate that they were unable to bear even in touch of Sita's palm. So how Lord Ramachandra, that is also ideal family, ideal wife, is following this husband. There is saying that a man is tested when he has no money. A wife is tested when his husband has no money or is in distress. A wife is tested when his husband has no money, and husband is tested when he has got lot of money. So in this way, so there is a very good ideal. The Mother Sita wandered the forest one to another on his lotus feet. See, Lord such a royal personality. It is stated that Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunvanti Dibbaste Bedei Sangha Upanishadar Gayanti Yam Samagyam. Yam Brahma, Indra, Rudra, everybody is there, Gayanti, they are glorifying the Lord. Dhyana Vasishta Tadgatena Paschantiyam Yogina Jasyantana Vidusurasaragana tasmai namaha. Everybody is at his feet. Everybody bowing down to him. Ramasambhu Brahmara Pati Ganesarchita Pada Jagannath Swami Naina Patagami Bhavatma. Everybody is bound down to the Supreme Controller, Ram. But that Ram is now wandering from forest to another forest on his lotus feet, bare lotus feet. This is why, to show us that we need austerity. To get Ram, we need austerity. Tapadivyam putrika jena suddhyate sattvam. To purify our existence, we need to undergo austerity. Austerity of chanting, austerity of speaking about the Lord, austerity of Ekadasi fasting, Ram-Naavami fasting, all these things, austerity of knowing four regulative principle. All this austerity we need to undergo this austerity. Austerity of getting up Mangalarati. Unless we undergo the austerity, we cannot attain Supreme Lord. Because we have to purify. Kapadivyam putrika jena suddhate, sattam suddhate. So we have to purify. Lord is teaching us that how much he is undergoing trials and austerity. Lord was also accompanied by Hanuman, by another monkey Sugriva, king of monkey, by his own younger brother Lord Lakshman, both of whom gave him relief from the fatigue of wandering in the forest. This is service. How to give service? Lord does not want anything. He said that, what is that verse? Punnam, Nijavutta Punnam, what is 7, 9, 11, beautiful verses. Lord does not want anything from others. He is giving this opportunity of service. Naiva manat Prabhu, I am Nijalava Punna. Means he is self-satisfied. Atmaram. He is self-satisfied Lord. He does not need the help of Sugriva Hanuman. But he is giving them opportunity to serve. So that gives the pleasure. He comes to gives the pleasure to his devotee by his personal service, giving the opportunity of personal service. That is his whole idea. When the squirrel, during the time of construction of bridge, one squirrel also is trying to help. Hanuman was telling, what can you do that? But Ram say that, I am Supreme Personality of Godhead. I can burn this ocean, dry this ocean. Then why I am building the bridge? Hanuman also wondered why you are building. To give the opportunity to you, to all these banners, monkeys, also to the squirrel. So this is an opportunity. Lord is giving opportunity to devotees so that they will serve and they will get pleasing. Service is very, devotional service is very pleasing. Susukham kartum abhayaṁ. Krishna says Susukham, very pleasing. Just like Ramayana, today Ram-Navami, we are fasting. Still I am speaking about Ram. Still many devotees are engaged in service of the Lord, fasting also without taking. Why? It gives us immense pleasure, unbound jubilation to serve the Lord. The same thing Lord is giving opportunity to Sugriva, Hanuman and all others. Having cut off the nose and ears of Supaneka, disfiguring her, the Lord was separated from Mother Sita. That is very important. Disfiguring, because Supaneka has come. Supaneka is very important in our devotional service. He has come as a disguise to get the Ram, but his disguise is disclosed. So we cannot get the Ram with a malicious intention. Lord is in the heart. He knows everything about us. He knows everything about us. So if you come as a Supnaka is coming to get the Ram in disguise, so we cannot come to Lord or do the devotional service by disguise, by deceit. Just like Ravana is deceit, he is abducting Sita by deceit. Supnaka wanted to get the Ram by deceit or by deception. We cannot get Ram. Ram can be get by the sincere devotional service. So therefore disfiguring her, Supnaka approached the Ram. Ram say, I cannot. Then he is passed to Lakshman. Lakshman say, I am a servant of Ram, I cannot. So he was very angry, Supnaka. And she was attacking Sita because Sita is the reason for Ram's denial. Then Ram immediately asked Lakshman to cut off his nose and ears. We have to unmask our devotional service. With deceit we cannot. So as a result, that enraged Ravana, and Ravana kidnapped Sita by deceit. By deceit you cannot invoke the mercy of the Lord Ram, rather anger of the Lord. So Lord was very enraged and angered and destroyed Ravana. He therefore became angry because he separated Ram, Sita from Ram. This is our mentality. We want Ram, we want Sita, the Lakshmi, money without God, without Ram. We want kingdom of God without God. That is called modern society, mentality of modern society, Ravana mentality. We want Sita without Ram. That is not possible. Supaneka want Ram without Sita. That is not also possible. What is possible? We want both Ram and Lakshmi, Ram and Sita. Just like Hanuman is reuniting Ram and Sita. That is Hanuman mentality. His eyebrows and thus frightening the ocean, who then allowed the Lord to construct a bridge to cross the ocean. Lord can dry the ocean, but he was praying for 3 days to show the humility. Lord is full of humble humility. Nobody can supreme. All the attributes Lord has got supreme quantity. So he prayed Varunadev, but Varunadev did not come. He is very angered. He wanted to. He is Supreme Lord. He is the Supreme Lord. All the demigods, they are fear. Bhati bhatayam madhya, very beautiful verses in 325, 442 of Bhagavatam. Madhya bhati bhatayam suryam tapati madhya varsati indra dahati agni mad murtuscharati samadbhayat. Krishna says that out of my fear the wind blows, the sun rises, the rains, Indra sent forth the rains, the Agni Dev, fire burns fire. Agni Dev burns, the fire god Agni Dev. And Murtuscharasi, Murtu means the death. Death was under my fear. So he has nothing to fear, but he was showing his humility. Then he was enraged. Then the breeze, then the ocean, personification of ocean, Varundev, allowed to construct a bridge. And bridge construction also, Lord can make billions of bridges. What is this defying this gravitational force? Gravitational force works on material nature. Lord is not controlled by the material nature. Madhya prakriti swate sacharacharam hetunanena konte jagata viparivartite. Lord says that Madhya, under my superintendent, under my superintendent, all this material nature is conducted. I am not under the control of material nature. Narayana parabhaktat. So all these gravitational forces is working under this law, and Lord is more powerful. He can lift Govardhan hill. He can also construct a bridge with a floating stone. That is his, what we say, omnipotency, inconceivable potency. Then subsequently Lord entered the kingdom, Ravana, to kill him. Then finally Ravana killed. He is arrogant. Ravana represents false ego. Lord killed the false ego. That I am the master, I am the doer. What is that? Prakriti kriya manini gunai karmani sarvasaha ahankara vimudatta kartaham min manyate. Arjuna also ahankara, false ego. I am the, Ravana also representing the false ego. I am the false ego. I don't care for anybody. I don't have authority. I am great. I am this. So everything was finished. He killed Ravana. He killed his false ego also. Like a fire devouring a forest. May that Supreme Lord Ramachandra give us all protection. Jai Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. That is about the Ramayana. We have to finish it in one entire sloko. One sloko entire Ramayana, because we have no time. Otherwise we can go through details of 9th chapter and all. So this is the things. This is so wonderful pastime. It is said that if we hear about Ram Katha, Purusha Ram Charitam Sravanai Rupadharayan Anrishamsya Parorajan Karma Bandhair Vimuchyate. Beautiful verses. O King Parikshit, Anyone who actually received the narration concerning the characteristic of the Lord, Ramachandra's pastime, will ultimately be freed from the disease of envy, thus be liberated from the bondage of fruitive activities. We have come to this material existence, two things, Ichha Desha Samuttena, Sarge Janti Parantapa. Lord Krishna says, chapter 7, 27 verses, that Ichha Deso, Ichha means desire, the lusty desire, just like Ravana has a lusty desire to enjoy this material nature, lord over the material nature, and envious of the God. I am also supreme. Just like Ravana is telling, who is this Ram? He just says, a insignificant human. I am the king of Lanka, Ravan. And all two things will be killed when you hear, simply by hearing the pastime of the Lord. Because as soon as we hear, we associate with Ram. And all our demoniac mentality will be killed and destroyed. We will be freed from all these two things. Then we will be eligible to go back to Ram, go back to Godhead. And he has done it. He took all these people back to Godhead. It is stated that all these people has been returned to Ajodhya. Therefore, whether one is a demigod, a demon, or a man, or creature other than man, such as a beast, bird, everyone should worship Lord Ramachandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appears on this earth just like a human being. There is no need of great austerity penance to worship the Lord, for he accepts even a small service offered by his devotee. Small service, swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahatapat. Just like Jatau, he gives a little service. He was fighting. He knows he is very old. Like, he was 60,000 old, 60,000 years, something like that. Because Tetra Yuga, they were living very long. He is very old. But he fought for the sake of Ram to rescue Sita Devi from Ravan. But he died, nonetheless he was defeated. But there is no success and failure in Krishna consciousness or Ram consciousness. In the service of the Lord, there is no success and failure. Little service also Lord will accept as, oh, you have done a great service. He accepts even a little service offered by his devotee. Then he is satisfied. Lord is satisfied that. As soon as he is satisfied, devotee is successful. That is our success. Our success is to please the Lord. Jagannatha tushtam jagata tushtam. Yad vigyantam sarvavevam vigyatam bhavati. If Lord is pleased, everything is okay. We are successful. Whether it is successful, whether our endeavor is successful or failure, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We have to just please the Lord. As soon as Sri Ramachandra brought all the devotees of Ajodhya back to Godhead Vaikuntha. That is Krishna, that is Ram. So magnanimous. He has come here to bring us back. Simply by rendering little service, we will go back. Such a concession has been given by Ram. How much magnanimous Lord Ram is. Kamba dayalum saranam bhajam. Who can be so magnanimous than Lord Ram and Lord Krishna? By exchange of little service is bringing us back to Godhead. Otherwise we will be rotting and rotating in this material world. Therefore, let us take the advantages of this beautiful day, wonderful, auspicious, adorable, august appearance day of our Lord Ramchandra, and pray to Lord Ram. May that Lord Ram kill our Ravana mentality, instill the Hanuman devotional attitudes, and protect us, as he has promised that anybody surrenders once also, I will protect. Dadāmy. Abhayaṁ. Dadāmy abhayaṁ tasmai. Vrataṁ mama. That is my vow. So let us associate with Ram by chanting his name. Very powerful. It is stated in Rama-stotra, Rāma-Raksha-stotra, that vrajanam bhava-bijanam arjanam sukha-sampadam tyajanam jamadutanam Rāma-Ramīti garjanam Rāma-Ramīti. We should roll like Ram, 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 like Hanuman is roaring. What will happen? The three effects, three benefits. First of all, vrajanam bhava-bijanam, that repeated birth and death, the seed of material existence, will be roasted. Roasted means if seed is roasted, it won't grow. It will stop. That means it will stop our vicious cycle of birth and death. Arjanam sukha sampadam, all the prosperity, happiness will be gained. will be attained. Tyajanam Jamadutanam, Jamaduta will scared to approach us. Whosoever chanting the name of the Ram, Jamaduta will scared to approach. Rāma-Rameti garjanam, Rāma-Rameti garjanam, Rāma-Rameti garjanam. By simply roaring or chanting the name of Ram, we can get so many benefit and go back to Godhead. Thank you very much. Jai Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki.